How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the network. Today I'm checking out a PC streaming device from our friends at NZXT. At just $99, Doko is more than just proof that NZXT has a knack for four-letter words that don't make sense. Rather, it's a device that allows you to stream from any PC in your house to virtually any TV in your house. That means tasks such as web browsing, media playback, and even PC gaming can be achieved from the comfort of your own living room without having to invest in something like a home theater PC. Now, this isn't to be confused with a mini PC, since your desktop computer still does all of the heavy lifting of processing those various tasks. At that point, a signal carrying that information is sent over your local network to the Doko to be decoded and then displayed on whichever TV it's connected to. It may sound like sorcery, but I assure you there are no hats involved. Now granted, don't be surprised if the image or playback quality on your TV doesn't match up to what you natively experience on your desktop. Since sending all of that data over a LAN connection at full quality would simply take too long and introduce things like lag into the equation, the data is first compressed into smaller pieces in order to achieve a smooth user experience. But this of course comes at the price of decreased quality. And this is true with any streaming device, not just the Doko. Nature of the beast, I suppose. At any rate, the Doko is capable of outputting a 1080p signal at a continuous 30 frames per second. Now by continuous, I mean the frame rate on your TV never dips below 30, nor does it ever go above. So while I speculate gameplay experience on the Doko might be somewhat akin to that of a console, you would be receiving a constant frame rate at all times. Now that being said, I think it'd be a smart move on NZXT's part to make a 60 FPS model sometime in the future, targeted at more ambitious gamers. The device itself has a matte black finish with a rubberized coating and some branding on the top, a power button on the front, and 4 USB 2.0 ports for your keyboard, mouse, and other peripherals. You can find a list on NZXT's website of compatible peripherals, but chances are most devices not listed will also work just fine. I had absolutely no issues using my K70 RGB and Rocket Tyon, neither of which were on the list. Finally, on the back is a port for DC power, HDMI, 3.5mm audio, and gigabit Ethernet. The device also comes included with power and Ethernet cables. Here's a look at the specs, which may seem underwhelming at first, but remember all of the processing is handled by your PC. The Doko's main job, again, is to decode the signal into a format that can be displayed on your television. So how do the specs measure up to the task at hand? Join me on my quest to find the answer to the question that I just asked. Alright guys, so I have now the Doko hooked up to my television in my living room. Television, who says television anymore? My TV, it's hooked up to my TV, and that's via HDMI. I've also got the Ethernet cable connected to the back. It doesn't support Wi-Fi, so you gotta get that Ethernet connection going, and also power, of course, to my power outlet. So right here, oh by the way, I've already installed the Doko software on the desktop system in my office, so that's the system that I'm going to be streaming from. So with that software installed and actively running on my system, you can just power up the Doko as soon as it's hooked up properly, and it'll take you to this kind of menu screen, if you will, where it actually shows you all of your connected computers. And you can connect multiple computers to the Doko so that you can basically access any PC in your household. So just for demo purposes, I only have that one desktop hooked up right now, so here it is. There's a nice screenshot of my desktop as it currently is, and you can hit the play button to initiate the streaming process. Happens pretty quickly, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a mirrored image of what my desktop in my office is actually showing. So here it is. You can minimize the Doko software, which is super lightweight, by the way, which is nice. Also something I wanted to mention is that the monitor that I'm currently streaming from in my office is 2560 by 1440. The Doko software did request that I bump it down to 1920 by 1080 to get the best possible picture when streaming. So I had to do that, just a note. But let's jump into web browsing here. I'm gonna open up Chrome and just go type in, I don't know, let's just do some basic searching. This is really just, no, shut up phone, shut up. This is basically just a really quick real-world experience. This is the first time I've actually powered on the Doko and used it myself. So everything you're seeing right now is my initial impressions. I've not messed with it before this filming process that you're seeing right now. So everything you're seeing is not scripted, it's not planned. I'm just kind of going through the motions to see what kind of user experience I get. So web browsing seems okay. There is a bit of input lag. It's just very slight, a couple milliseconds. Which doesn't really matter much when you're doing basic tasks like web browsing, But however, if you are doing like competitive gaming, or you're even playing a game that requires really fast-paced response time, then you might want to opt for a different solution, just because you want to get the fastest possible reactions you can. But this looks pretty good. I'm pretty... There's nothing wrong, nothing stands out to me here. Oh, I opened up some virtual keyboard. Oh, it's that kind of keyboard. And obviously audio is carried by that HDMI connection, so you do get beautiful audio coming out. Alright, that's enough of that. Oh, you know what, why don't we do a YouTube video? We'll do a YouTube video really quick.
Kyle here with Awesome Sauce News. Welcome to the world premiere of System Config.
So there is a bit of mismatching with the video and audio. You can see my words don't exactly line up with my mouth. I'll let you watch it a little bit more.
One individual that needed a new computer system. And whether that computer be a high-end gaming rig or a budget HD PC.
So it's not exactly one-to-one, right? And that's because you're dealing with decoding times from the processing power of the Doku itself, which, by the way, is just $100, so it's not like the state-of-the-art decoding software or hardware. But you're also dealing with the bandwidth issue of, internet speeds and whatnot, your bandwidth there. So I don't know. Let's try to go to something other than dialogue. So obviously this part is watchable. Obviously it's not as smooth as I would be watching it organically from my desktop itself, but it is watchable if you're in a group of people and you want to show them something, but you don't have a PC connected to your living room TV. This would be a good solution for that. Like I said, and as you just witnessed, the dialogue thing when people are talking, at least with YouTube videos, doesn't exactly match up as much as I'd like it to, so bear that in mind. But that's not the only test we're running today as far as video playback. Okay, so the next video playback test that I want to do is actually trying to play a video that I have saved onto my desktop locally. So I've got a few videos here. Let's watch Fury. This is the Brad Pitt one with tanks, I believe. Very violent, rated R movie. So if you guys are younger than 17 and you're without a parent, make sure that you respond accordingly. And spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen this movie before and you're dying to know what happens in the end, I won't skip to the end just for you. Alright, so let's check it out.
Tie up with Baker Company from the 41st. Sergeant Collier is with us now. He'll be acting platoon sergeant.
Not by me. Good job, Don.
Alright, so the audio-visual sync is not nearly as bad as it was with the YouTube video that I just showed you, and it's very watchable. Also, video quality isn't necessarily Blu-ray quality, as this is a Blu-ray rip at 1080, but again, it is very watchable. Going to an action scene, if I can skip around here. Also looks pretty clean. Nothing really, there's no lag whatsoever. Video playback is buttery smooth, which is nice to see. And audio and video is coming through pretty decent. Alright, so that's good for video playback. Now I'm going to try doing something that many of you are probably interested in, which is gaming. So I'm going to fire up Steam. Actually, Steam's already fired up. And I'm going to open up Evolve, which is like as recent of a game as it gets. Just launched earlier this week. And I'm going to do some multiplayer. So we're going to stress test pretty much everything here. Bandwidth limitations, decoding. This is a AAA title. It's not exactly lightweight by any means, even for like a decent GPU. So I'm going to go skirmish. And we're just going to see how effectively I can actually play or enjoy a game streaming from this little box. So, little bit of choppiness when I make a fast turn. Like, again, a little bit of input lag. You really do sense it a little bit when you're gaming. Like that little jump that I just did had just a split second, a few milliseconds of lag that, it's just a few milliseconds, but when you're actually playing a game, you feel it a lot more. As far as graphics-wise and quality-wise, I would compare this to a console. A current-gen console, like a PS4 or an Xbox 360. I'm sorry, an Xbox One. Whatever they call it. It's pretty much on par with that. Alright, so I'm in the heat of battle right now. We finally got a hold of the monster. I trapped him pretty good. He just evolved and he's pretty pissed. But he has his back turned to me right now, so oh, no he doesn't. No he doesn't. Where'd he go? So a little bit of choppiness, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the smoothest playback, but like everything else with the Doko, it's not the best, but it is doable, and it is usable, and it is watchable, it is playable. Just, it's $100, so you can't really fault it for not doing everything at tip-top performance. I probably wouldn't suggest it for something like this, or for Battlefield 4 even. Maybe for smaller games, like Bastion, for example. A lot of indie games, maybe Portal 2 would be a good option. Nothing super intensive, especially when it's bandwidth heavy, like a game like Evolve or Battlefield 4. But all around, pretty solid. For $100, again, I can't stress enough what a good deal that is for just the additional layer of functionality you get in your living room. Alright, so now that I gave online multiplayer games a chance, I thought I would just jump into a single-player game without any bandwidth limitations, so here I am playing Borderlands 2. This is just a solo campaign mission, so no internet speeds involved. I'm just going to go ahead and play a little bit here. I'm going to take my time and shoot this guy in the head, because he doesn't see me, and I totally didn't kill him. That's cool. Oh, now it's on. Okay, there's guys coming here too. Why, hello! Oh boy. So there's a little bit of lag right there. I don't know if you guys could see it, but there was a tiny bit of lag. And I might die right here. Never mind. So I'm pretty much getting about the same amount of delay as I was playing Evolve, which tells me that it's not really bandwidth limited as far as my internet speeds go, but it's just the decoding power, the processing power of the Doko itself. So maybe, you know, with a higher end model in the future, they can invest a little bit more on processing power and might have a little bit less lag as a result, which would be nice. But I think that pretty much sums up all the things that I wanted to say and all the things I wanted to show you about the Doko streaming box from NZXT. In my opinion, like I said before, I think it's a great little thing, a great little device for $100 that really brings a lot more functionality to your living room or whatever room you want to put it in. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you would use it for, if you think it's worth the $100 price point, if you think that's too aggressive or favorable. I want to hear about that as well. Other than that, leave me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more tech videos coming really soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.